There. You guys happy? You got the cat. All right. You got the cat video. I don't know how many comments throughout the past couple months I've seen. Addict, why don't you have a cat when you turn around like Dr. Evil? There you go. You got it. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Microsoft, Xbox, and the fact that it feels like they've been listening to me. It feels like over the past few years, all my criticism has really been received and they have fixed. All I'm saying is, maybe I know one or two little things. It's not a coincidence that when Addict says something's not right, something needs to be fixed, it gets fixed. Let's go over the biggest one. Microsoft and mainstream media. For years, I have been saying that Xbox needs to be more into the mainstream media. And you guys have seen on this channel, I've been extremely consistent with that I feel like one of the reasons that, is a thorn in their side is that they're not really in the mainstream media like that. They don't got the Spider-Mans, the Wolverines. They need more stuff that's going to get them in front of people that don't normally game, or maybe they just play one or two games a year. And guess what happened? They went back and fought for the Indiana Jones video game. They went back and not only got Indiana Jones, they got Marvel's Blade, a game that's being made by Arcane Studio. And it's rumored that they're making a Mandalorian game, and it's supposed to come out either next year or the year after that. Now, the last one, it's up in the air. It's supposedly being made by id Software. Now, or ID, I don't know what you guys want to call it. Some people call it different things. I'm calling it both. Sue me. I'm sure one of you going to correct me in the comment section. You always do. I've always felt like this is a huge issue that Xbox had, where you're not seeing their name beside huge icons in the industry. Now, you can make the argument that, Blade isn't anything like Spider-Man, and I would 100% agree with that. Blade is nothing like Spider-Man, but you know what Blade gives them? Blade gives them a superhero game. Blade has always been that little thing that they can use to elevate going into the superhero genre. I've had multiple videos on this channel making my debates, making my stance that Xbox needs a superhero game. They actually came through and they did on that. I don't think Blade's going to be as big as Spider-Man. And I don't think the expectations that Marvel has is anything remotely close that they have with Spider-Man with Blade. Blade has not been introduced into the official MCU. Blade was a movie before the MCU was invented, but I would say the MCU is on a completely different level than it was anything remotely back then. And it's nice to see that they're actually moving forward with that. Mainstream media is extremely important. TikTok, shorts on YouTube, making sure that, the most popular streamers are playing you. There is a lot of things that go into making a console. And, one thing I have to personally give them a shout out to is the support in Japan. I'm a huge JRPG fan, and we've seen throughout the years that they kind of slipped away in that. We've seen throughout the years that it was one of those things where, okay, the games don't necessarily sell the greatest, so why should we really push for that type of audience? And I'm glad that Xbox and Microsoft listen to gamers such as myself, where it's like, look, it doesn't necessarily mean if the game's going to sell well on your platform or not. And I personally feel like you can't really expect these type of games to sell well if we don't get the best ones of them. And then, once people get really into them, like Persona 5 Royale, I've been told actually exceeded expectations when it comes to the Xbox platform. Now, maybe that's Game Pass, engagement. Maybe it's just full-blown cash money sales. I don't know. But now, because they were able to get Persona 5 Royale on the Xbox platform, and there was a lot more people that played it, especially since it was in Game Pass, when Persona 6 drops, going to have a completely different conversation. When Persona 6 drops, We're going to be able to see a lot of people that wouldn't have had access to the Persona franchise before then, and especially because of Game Pass, they'll be more willing to go out there and spend that kind of money on Persona 6 because they like Persona 5. You know, I have a few friends that's on the Xbox platform that didn't necessarily care about the Persona franchise like that till it was put on their platform. Now they're looking forward to the future. Look, I get it. When it comes to Xbox, sometimes they're hit and miss with certain things. And I do feel like right now they're doing very good. And they need to just make sure they deliver the content. They need to make sure they deliver the quality of these games. A Blade game is fantastic. But if the game isn't quality, it's not going to matter. Indiana Jones is made by Machine Games, the people that make the Wolfenstein franchise. You know, I think they can make fantastic set pieces. If that game doesn't have quality, it's not going to matter. Also, elephant in the room, the rest of their studios, Hellblade, Fable, these games are important. If the quality's not there, it's not going to matter. But I don't think that's necessarily an issue. We're seeing Hellblade. We're seeing these games show up. You know, we saw a decent amount of gameplay on Hellblade at this point. I would say we'll probably see a little bit more when they actually full-blown announce the title in the release date, because I feel like right now we're just waiting for the release date. So right there just shows me that these games are being functioned. They are being looked at. They're taking feedback. And I'm really excited for the future of Xbox. You know, now we got our superheroes. Now we got Indiana Jones, which I don't know if a lot of people ask for a game like Indiana Jones, but I can understand why he was essential, especially since Bethesda already made that arrangement. If the licensing was already agreed on, why not go back to court and just renegotiate having an exclusive on the platform? And that's fantastic. You know, I think that's important. And not to mention The Mandalorian comes through. You know, that is a Star Wars IP, and I would feel like out of the push that Star Wars has done, The Mandalorian is one of the few that's been mad successful. And I think you can do a lot with a Mandalorian game. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like an MMO. I hope not. I hope it's like a, you know, a third-person action adventure game. I think, you know, I think ID could do that. I don't know. It's kind of weird that it's making that. And at the end of the day, I'm very curious to see how they approach that. But anyway, I'll put all the links in the description below if you guys want to actually go through there and read some of these. You know, it's a good time to be an Xbox gamer, man. You know, we're back. We're going to be making content every day this week. I don't know if I'll make a video Sunday. You know, we'll see. But I appreciate everyone. We've had mad support on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button if it's appreciated. You can always sub to the channel. I make daily content at this point. You know, sometimes I don't make videos on Saturdays and Sundays. Usually I skip the weekends. I give myself a little bit of breathing time. But we make daily content, and I think you guys would enjoy it. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace. Man, a Mandalorian game would be insane. I'm going to be real with you.